Welcome everybody, back again in my garage. Today we're going to be making some beef shanks. Picked some up at Costco, 6 pounds worth, bone in, and we're going to smoke low and slow. I haven't done these yet, but like any other tough meat that needs to be slow cooked, just adding it to the list. So follow along. This is where the fun begins. This is what we're working with. We've got just over 5 pounds of choice beef shank. They didn't have prime, and there's decent marbleization with this, so I'm not too worried with choice. And for my rub, I'm going to use Bearded Butcher Black seasoning rub. Could be used for anything. I've done this before with a brisket, and it came out exquisite. From there, I like to just take a paper towel and dry off any excess moisture. Go one at a time, because once I get the rub on, that's going to extract a decent amount of moisture itself. Now, before I apply the rub, I'm just going to go through and score this outer membrane. You could probably peel it off, but I think just scoring is going to keep it from, when the beef expands, it's going to keep it from contracting it. At least that's what I was told. To an extent, making it up as I go. Just experience with some other slow cooked meats, just like briskets, chuck roast. None of this is gonna really do a whole lot. It's just gonna drip off. It's that intermuscular fat is where you're going to get that flavor. So some of this membrane, I guess, can be cut off. It's not really doing much for us out there. Should be good to go from there. And now we're just going to dump a whole load of seasoning rub on there. All sides. Not as much real estate as, say, like a brisket. We'll want to get the sides just so that those get a nice crust to them. All right, lastly, I'm going to put some probes in these. I'm going to do it away from the bone. Do I need to probe all three? No. Do I have plenty of probes? Yes. Finally, for this last one, just give us a good sample size, and then why not just where I just handled these guys. We're going to let these sit just for a little bit until grill gets up to temperature, and then they're going on for an all-day cook. Haven't made my coffee yet. Amazing I've made it this far without my coffee. I promise this is not just a coffee video. I will be smoking meat. shortly. And just like that, we are up to temperature. All right, no real time expectation on how long this is going to take. Trial and error. So I'm going to lay these on, and you know what? I don't like creating more work for myself, so I'm going to keep everything on this side of the grill, just so that I don't have to clean this little plate right there. Pro tip. So I will try to evenly distribute the rest of these, utilizing that grill space. So let's see how it goes. Check back in. Waste not, want not. Per pound, this stuff's kind of expensive. All right, if we're looking, it's not cooking, so let's get this baby closed. So we fast forwarded 5 hours. We are now to the 160 degree temperature mark. I have got butcher paper pre-cut. Let's take a look to see how we're doing. As I get a plume of smoke. I did increase the temperature once they got to around 140 degrees. I did increase the temperature to 245. The ambient temperature was a little low, so I thought I would increase it a little bit. So here's how we're looking. So what I'm going to do next is I've got some beef tallow that I rendered down from doing brisket. I'm going to put that on top and then wrap them up in butcher paper and return them to the grill until we get to about 200 to 205. Got one done. I wasn't happy with the size of the butcher paper I cut, so I put more on there. So we're going to close the lid. We've lost some temperature, but it'll rebound. We'll give it a few more hours. It's 2:45, and we'll see how it goes. Just in the time to put the butcher paper on, we did lose about 7 degrees. Again, it'll rebound. It'll take some time to get some heat into that butcher paper and get it back up. And then we would expect a stall. So it's probably going to hang out about 160 degrees or so for the next hour, hour and a half. And then once it breaks through, it should get up to our desired 200 to 205. Hopefully by dinner time. I want to leave an hour for them to rest and reabsorb the tallow and the moisture. So we'll see. 9 hours later, we are between 101 and 201 and 205. So I think we're done. What I'm going to do now is try not to hit the bone, but at least poke through this paper and see that it's it's kind of hard with the paper, but like once you get it in there, it does go right through. So just making sure that it's probe tender. It's temping 208 right there. This one a little bit lower, 204. I'm going to take them off. I've got a cookie tray right there. I'm just going to put the 3 little packages on and just let them rest in the oven for about a good 45 minutes or so until it's time to dig into them for dinner. And into the oven they go. So like I said, we're going to let it rest for a good 45 minutes. I obviously did not unwrap them, so they still have the temperature probe still in them. The good thing is that this Inkbird unit's portable, so I can carry it along just to make sure that if you're holding for quite a while, you want to make sure the danger zone so that it does not drop below 140 degrees. So if you do let it rest in the oven, you can always turn the oven on low if you need to. Putting it in a cooler actually keeps it insulated and it can rest for quite a while, but really the longer that you can let it rest and keep it above 140 degrees, I've always yielded best results. Now here's what we're working with. Just going to take our first one and with one hand unwrap. It's been sitting, resting for about an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes. Went for a nice walk. And I promise that there's meat in there. What do you think, bud? Is there meat in there?
I don't know.
Here we go. It's got a nice bark to it. See if I can pull it out without it. Ooh, it just comes right off that bone. Got that membrane around it. Get this probe out of there. Bone comes right off. Might be able to get some of that bone marrow out. All right, let's cut into it. Maybe this medallion, I can't really tell which way the grain's going as to cut away from the grain. That's where it got shot. Moment of truth. I dig it. $5.99 a pound. Some of the cheaper beef options that taste really good. Although it takes 9 hours to make. Thumbs up. Well, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for following along my all-day cook. 9 hours of smoking and 15 minutes of eating. Now it's time to put everything away. It's a spring evening, so kids have everything out. So we'll see you in the next one.